I'm your girl, Leash.
I'm Lo. I'm Tiff.
And today is our very first episode, and we are so thrilled that you guys have chosen to be here with us. We are three best friends from different places in the country, but we are all here in Atlanta. And she is single, she is divorced, and I am married. So we're going to tell you a little bit about ourselves, and we hope that you like our episode.
All right. Should I go first?
Yeah, go ahead, Lo. You're single.
Right. He's single. Oh, so that's how it works, like single, married, divorced?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I am L'Oreal. A lot of my friends, they call me Lo. I'm from Chicago. And I have been single for a while, actually. And, you know, I get into a situation, and then I leave that situation. Another situation, leave that situation. So it's just been a lot of those. And I guess when you come to a certain age, you want something different, right? Mm-hmm. You start thinking more and, you know, where you want your life to go, and you start being honest with yourself, which is really, really hard.
Yes.
To be honest with yourself. And so at this point, I said, okay, so I want to be in a committed relationship. I don't believe in the institution of marriage, though, and I'll tell you my reasons on another episode. But for other reasons, I do believe in institution of marriage because I want the benefits. Right? It's just a contract. So, but I think when you get down to the bottom of it, you know, you don't necessarily have to be married to love anybody. I think that's more like society's thing, but that's a whole other thing. So I'm looking for a committed relationship with someone who values the same thing that I do. It's a lot of things, and yeah, so that's what I'm looking for. And I just want to be happy. I want to be happy, and I want to inspire other Black people to love harder. That's what I want to do. So that's what I want to use my relationship as. But in order to do that, it has to be genuine and real. Yeah. So that's pretty much where I'm at with it.
And I am married. I have been with my husband for 15 years. I'm in my mid-30s. We have been together since I was around 20, so I'll let you guys do the math. Wink, wink. I am happily married, to be honest. Like, I feel way more happier than I can express to people, because oftentimes I feel very, like, guilty that I'm so happy, but I'm extremely happy. I love my husband very much. We have worked extremely hard and been through many things and have overcome them. So I feel like I'm a great resource for women like who are maybe struggling or need advice. I have 8 brothers also, so I've always been around a lot of guys, and I have a really good insight on guys. So I just, like Lo said, I'm always trying to inspire and just help too, you know, because I know this environment is kind of weird, and even though I've been with my husband for 15 years, I still kind of understand, you know, what's going on in the culture, because I have my 2 best friends and they're in it, and we all talk all the time. So I give my advice, and I'm able to keep up with what's going on and what's trending, what's going on in the culture from my friends, and, you know, just experiences. And so that's pretty much my whole like life in a nutshell. I don't have any kids. He doesn't have any kids. Hopefully next year we'll start to work on that.
Can't wait. I cannot wait. Auntie Tiff is ready. Oh, and so that's me. I'm Tiffany. I'm divorced. I was with my ex-husband a total of 9 years. And then we had a daughter, she's 5, and we are now divorced. And so in that regard, I'm always looking at dating from the standpoint of, you know, does this truly serve a need for me? Because at this point, I've already been through having my feelings take me through a relationship. I've done that, and I did it for a long time. And I'd really like to believe in the idea of being in love in a healthy and holistic way. And where I am right now, I'm just unwilling to accept anything that doesn't feel like that. And I don't know how much I pigeon myself in. And so I try to make sure that I'm being well balanced in my approach to life and to dating. And so that's why I appreciate having 2 such great friends, because I get so much perspective, and I can bounce literally anything off of them, literally anything, and get some feedback.
I can be like, how you get your sneakers tonight?
And there will be at least 8 text messages in the group chat in the reply before I can get back to my phone. Absolutely anything. And I think that because we have that kind of relationship and like this bond and this sisterhood, because if y'all can believe it, Alicia did not like me when she hated me when we first met. And I was like, I am trying to be nice.
She was.
Like,
that's a whole other topic.
Yo, this one,
it's so funny.
I worked for this one. She is mine. Lolo, I know you get to be on the show and everything, but just know, I mined for Alicia.
Yeah.
I dug deep into the earth and dug in the harsh soil. And then,
we gotta get to that story, please, one day. It's true. We that's why we're so close now. Because like we had a very strange collection of souls coming together. But nevertheless, we've been friends for like 10 years, 9 years, 10 years for sure. Like 10 years. Yes.
Before
she had Ava.
Yeah,
before she had Ava. Yeah, like 10 years. Yeah, about 10 years. So So funny shit, man. Disclaimer: we are grown women, and we really try our hardest to like be like coy and like classy, but we got some street in us, so we do cuss. So we want to apologize in advance if it slips. We're gonna try our hardest to like not curse so much because we truly are like some filthy mouthed SOBs. To be honest.
Alicia!
We do cuss in mouth.
Filthy mouth.
We are filthy mouth.
SOBs.
In the most classiest way. This will not be edited, by the way. This is all staying here.
But I don't have a filthy mouth.
Yeah, I don't either.
Okay, is it just me?
Yeah.
You don't really have a filthy mouth either, Alicia.
Bish.
That's all we say is bish.
And the N-word.
And that's not even. But neither of those are technically curse words. One is ours, and one's a derivative of a curse word.
Okay.
Which one is ours?
Nigga. That's our favorite. I'm gonna slow
that down, nigga.
Oh yeah, well I said yesterday. I said my nigga.
Yeah, we are like we're working on that though. But we just in case we do cuss, it might get heated,
Ain't no just in case.
Just to let the people know, let's keep it real, y'all. Let's keep it real. Like
there will be cursing.
There might be cursing.
But I won't say anything I wouldn't say in front of my own kid.
Well, I don't have any kids.
If your kids don't know what words they can and can't say, that's your fault.
Okay, well, she's not going to say anything that she wouldn't say in front of her kids.
Right.
I don't have any kids.
Can say
neither does Lo.
But you sure better not say it. Unless you got the perfect opportunity and you know that me hearing the report of you having said it is going to bring joy to my heart. If you're going to say something,
oh my, look,
when they tell me in school, you better have said something really, really good.
Okay, can we just say she's literally cursed like 4 times, but she doesn't curse?
I'm telling the story about saying that, though.
Let's say it again. She used the F word. The F word. Okay, so moving right along. Like I said, we do cuss, but we try not to cuss. We try hardest not to cuss. So look, we on limited time. We know y'all out there in like internet land, YouTube land. We know y'all got some short attention spans. We understand this is like the age of like ADD and ADHD. So we're gonna try to keep these videos under 15 minutes. I am recording. This one might be 20. I'm trying our hardest to keep it under 20, but today it might go a little longer, but we shall see. So let's just jump right into it because we are like strapped for time. So about 2.5 weeks ago, I put on my personal Facebook page just a call to action, asking people to ask us questions about relationships that they would want answered, like by a panel of women who are single, married, and divorced. So we got about 3 different dope ass questions. All right, so I think the first question, y'all, that I think we all agree on, and I think it's a pretty dope question. Shout out to my girl Nyla in LI. Thank you so much for this question. She basically said, is the era of men being providers over?
That's a good question.
So we'll repeat that again. Is the era of men being providers over? My personal opinion is no, because my husband is like the bomb. He provides. So I'm always coming into these questions thinking about my life. So for me, no, but like I think it's all like contingent upon your perspective. I think maybe like people over 35, like people that are over 35, I think those guys, alpha males, I think they're more in tune and more like willing to be providers. I really think that there's like a division amongst men. Like I think there's like alpha males and then like beta males, and I think like nowadays the line is so like it is so like defined. You can clearly tell who's an alpha male and who's a beta male.
Yeah, beta male, and the eta male.
Yeah, and all the other alphabet boys that's out there. So yeah, I mean, in my opinion, shit. This yeah, cursed. Sorry. But yeah, in my opinion, I think that men being providers, I think that it does exist. I just think that it really is a generational situation, and I think that it really is how masculine, and I don't want to emasculate any man, but I do think some men are more masculine than others in like their like does that make sense? So
yeah, they got more testosterone.
Yeah, there's more like my husband is like a goddamn wolf, like he's like an alpha male for sure. What do you think, Tim?
I remember, I think that as long as men are men will be providers. So are we talking strictly providers financially? Maybe not, because jobs just don't pay like they used to. So I don't really think that should be the only thing that quantifies them as being providers. Because if you're going to be with somebody, they're providing something. And so you're deciding if the things that they provide are good enough for you. So are they providers? Yeah. Any man who gives a shit about you could provide something.
Right.
But is it what you want? Because you can find a man that can provide money but can't really provide love. Right. And vice versa.
Right.
And so I think everybody looks for the balance between all of the things that they want. They find a person that fits as many of those categories as they can, and someone that they like really love through and through, like truly as a person, and build relationships based off of that. And then they provide other things to you.
Right. And I think that's exactly how I feel. I think that like they absolutely are like categories. Like when this question was posed, I think that was one of the things that went across my mind. Providers, like what? Because like you said, there are men that can provide a shitload of money, but they are like so emotionally detached and they cannot provide love. And if they can provide love, it's not the right type of love. It's like their dysfunctional like version of love that they got from the abusive like deadbeat dad, you know, or like that they got from a freaking rapper that has like 1,000 kids and truly doesn't know how to love. So I think that's very true. And I mean, I don't know. We live in a society where, like, can a man really provide the way he used to back in, like, 1950? I don't think so. Stuff is too high, man.
No, in 1950, you could have a factory job and support a family of 6.
Yeah.
It was totally different back when white men ruled the world. But now everybody's out here trying to get it. Everybody's scrambling for it, and there's so much demand for everything. There's so much consumerism that there will always be. Well, not always, but now there are jobs to fill, and you don't have to pay people much to fill them, and so they don't, because profits are more important than anything.
Yeah, I definitely think that, because just the price of, I mean, inflation, the price of everything is expensive. You know, like you definitely have to have 2 incomes. Even myself, like, you know, like in our house, like I have to work. Like I don't necessarily want to, but I have to, because I want to relieve some of the stress. Right? He could afford to like take care of us, but I just don't believe like in making a man like work to the bone, and I'm just sitting home, you know what I'm saying, twiddling my thumbs. Not saying that we as women are twiddling our thumbs at home. I'm just saying.
But if you need to get out and work, you need to get out and work.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about it. What you think, Lo?
Yeah, I think once you define, just to piggyback on what you all were saying, once you define what you want this man to provide for you or what you actually need, I think this question becomes a little clearer to you. You're able to maneuver, you know, to find, you know, what you need. So if you want somebody to take care of you and provide for you financially and to protect you, then, you know, you'll look for those things. If you don't need a lot of money or you don't need love, then you find other things that you want. But I do think that men are still providers. And I think that a woman kind of makes him want to provide or not provide as well. So I think it's an equal balance.
Think of man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, so after he married me, he gets to make the decision if you want to provide or not provide?
Elaborate. I didn't get that.
Okay. No, he doesn't get to make that decision, but he made the decision. You made the decision that he was worthy enough to marry you because he provided the things that you needed.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Oh, okay. Yeah, in that regard, then yeah, that makes sense. But I think like, all right, so like, even with like the topic of being providers, I think like just talking about our men, black men, like it's very difficult for them, I think, to find like that space of being able to be a provider because they're like emasculated, y'all. Like they're being emasculated on every level, and I think that is also like hindering because it's messing with their mind, you know. Like I think a lot of times like we don't really realize how hard it is out here for black men, and I'm literally not giving them like any like leeway or making excuses for them, but like I truly feel like I connect very to my soul with like the struggle of black men, and I think that like a lot of men would like to be providers, but so many of our like our men are like lost, like dead lost. It's like an ignorance. They don't even know that, like they don't even know how to be providers. They don't even know that they're not being providers. They think that like, you know, buying some Jordans for their girl is providing. They don't truly understand like what providing means. And again, here we go talking back with, you know, is it, you know, financial? Is it emotional? Is it spiritual? Like for me, providing it encompasses all of those things: financially, spiritually, mentally, physically. But I think our generation and even younger, especially the younger generation, they feel and they think that providing just means money. And that's not what I mean as a woman who's married. I don't necessarily because we have to work anyway.
Right.
So it's not like we don't have, it's not like I could like just sit home and I have to work to provide for myself anyway. So what are you bringing to the table that I don't already have the ability to do for myself? Mm-hmm. And that's when I think men need to understand that it needs to be more than finance. Now don't get it mistaken. Your half of, you know, your finances, my half of my finances come together is a great thing, and it's going to definitely help to, you know, build our empire and build us up quicker. But in the same regard, to me personally, I've never been a woman who's been impressed by like finances. I'm more impressed with the whole entire package. If you got money though, that's good. You know, like you have money, that's great. So that's how I feel about that.
Yeah.
So what y'all think?
I mean, I think the men are still providers. I mean, ultimately, that's my answer. I do.
I think the younger generation are not.
What?
I don't think
you mean providers as in women get to stay at home. Is that how we're quantifying it? Or?
I mean providers in all aspects. I think if you are under 25, I don't think that you have been brought up. And if there's men out here watching this, which I hope there are, please drop a comment. Let us know if we are like bugging. But I feel like 25 and under, 20, maybe even 28 and under, y'all are not even raised to be providers. That generation is raised to like be very selfish.
But kids are falling back in love. You can hear it in the music. You can just see it in the way they're dealing with each other.
Music?
I think the black family is making a comeback. It's not gonna happen overnight, but I definitely think that it's coming.
But I think it's in our generation, not the younger generation.
It's gonna be.
They still eating booties like groceries.
That was like 30 years ago. They done done a lot since
They're
then.
still doing that. They're still eating booties like groceries. That's the thing.
It is a thing.
It's a thing. It's a legit thing. These kids is nasty.
I mean, so they can't be nasty with each other and be married.
Listen, if they're married, be nasty. But you should not be.
How is there stipulations on if you married or not married? That comes from religion, and it's not fair.
You should not be looking buttholes to random people that you just met. You gotta be kidding me, right? That's so intimate.
I'm just saying.
Y'all is bugging now. You should not be licking buttholes.
That's so intimate.
That is an intimate environment. First of all, I'm not licking butt crack, so that's not happening. Nah, because if you know, look, and this is where I have the upper hand. Get married, ladies. Tiffany, you can recall this. Get married. Men got some funky habits. I am not lying. I am not lying. If they have off more than 2 days, they're only going to take a shower once or twice in them days. Am I lying, Tiffany?
No, not all.
The men are not, listen.
Not all men.
Not all men.
No.
Okay. Your ex-husband off for 3 days. How many days taking a shower?
3.
Oh, bullshit.
No.
That's because you might be right there.
I don't think so. Because I would not shower for the 3 days, but he would be clean every day.
Oh, okay. Well, her ex-husband was really like, he was light skinned. So let's just say that very light, waffle colored. So he had light skin tendencies. So he don't count.
Oh shit.
He does not count.
Wow.
Am I lying? Y'all, look, y'all out here YouTubing. If I'm lying, men stay home 1 to 2 days. They do not wash every day, especially if they're in like a comfortable environment. If I go to work, they're not taking no shit. No, they're not. In my opinion. So I'm not eating no booties. I don't care. It ain't happening, Captain.
But yeah, I think you had a point on that with the younger generation, though. But yeah. But it's our job to make children, and then it don't matter because there's still a lot of us that's not on our shit. So.
They gonna do what they want to do. They gonna survive. They gonna be all right. Every generation. That's how you know we get old.
She's so optimistic.
Because every generation always says the generation under them is trash.
No.
They said it about the
Look.
They said it in the 70s about the disco era kids. They hated them.
Look.
They said it in the 80s. They fucking hated Flavor Flav.
Look.
Nobody wanted that. Then in the 90s, everybody liked Friends. The people who watched Seinfeld didn't respect Friends as much.
Listen, where's the lie? YouTube land. Where is the lie? These young kids, they are like, I don't know, there's a disconnect. Because first of all, these young kids' parents are not married. Facts. These young kids' parents are not married. It's like, really, seriously. That's where that little gap happened where there wasn't that much marriage going on. It was all that baby mama drama and all that stuff going on.
Cardi B is getting married, so that means everybody is going to start getting married. If Offset didn't go.
And that's a shame that we have to have someone like Cardi B. And y'all don't eat me up out there. I'm not saying I dislike Cardi B. I'm not saying I dislike her. She's just not good for my personal like place in life. I'm not a fan of like the message. But I do love her grind. I love her hustle. I love her story. But I don't think the message, that's a whole other topic. I don't really think the message is good.
But every generation has had trash music.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
We had the thong song.
Excuse me, what you will not do on here. Let us take the time to acknowledge something that you all need to know. I don't play about Dru Hill. Okay? I'm looking in the camera. I do not play about Dru Hill. What you will not do is disrespect this national treasure, Cisco, who paved the way for so many of these R&B guys. And that song was trash.
But it
the
was
lyrics
good.
were trash.
It was the Bodak Yellow of our generation.
Tiffany, why you got you Cisco?
I know.
All the people in the world.
We
Cisco
loved
pretty
him, just
lame.
like we love Cardi B.
Yeah.
Did you say he was lame?
Yeah, that thong, he looks so...
Wait,
Y'all
you gotta look at this
good.
through your 12-year-old lens.
Listen,
We can't just go back.
I'm offended.
I'm looking at it through my 12-year-old lens.
And
And
you
I
didn't
thought he
like
was gay.
Cisco.
Cisco was definitely not.
I mean, he wasn't gay,
okay,
but
well,
that thong
I'm not gonna say
song.
definitely not.
Okay.
But
Right.
I don't think he was.
Because there was a rumor going around.
Okay, because he
yeah.
had blonde hair. That's why.
And because he danced in the thong song.
Who is the only
He
other
didn't
person?
dance in the thong.
Look,
Yes, he
okay,
did.
okay. I'm gonna see if I can make an
He
eye
did not
contact
dance
joke.
in
He
the
had on a thong, G.
Y'all, I'm gonna see if I can make an eye
Listen.
contact joke with my two friends. Okay, who's the only other person we've ever known to have hair like Cisco?
Chris Brown.
No. Someone that we know. Please get it, one of you. Don't say it, but just
With blonde hair?
Mm-hmm.
and really transition to overtime. And Alicia, you said, I saw this woman,
Oh
and
my god. Oh my god.
What?
Yo, this is like, okay. Okay, so look, I'll tell you what. So basically, is the era of men being providers over? I think collectively we all agree that no. I think that, in my personal opinion, is generational. In your opinion, what do you think? Just a snapshot.
no. I think that provider is relative, and you'll always find what you want if you look long enough.
What you think, Lo?
And I think that you have to be able to find exactly what you're looking for if you're talking about a provider. And I think you can find it.
All right, so that is the first episode of Single Married Divorce. We really hope you enjoyed it. We tried our best. Follow us, man. Help us. We're trying to take over for the 99 to 2000. We have
single, married, and divorced.
Yes, we have we're on IG, we're on Facebook. We have a Gmail account. Like if you can, like ask us questions. Like
yes, email us questions.
Right.
Please, that's what we need.
Like we have like a lot of knowledge. Like we're really funny and like goofy, but I swear we are like super freaking smart. We have a lot of answers. We want to help you guys out. Yeah, tell us some stories.
Tell us a story. We'll read it. We keep your identity anonymous. We would never call anybody out. Tell us a story and let us talk about it. We not mean. That's the one thing. Like we really are good friends. And there are no mean girls here.
No.
We just be happy to help you talk through it.
Yeah. So we're gonna put our tags below. I have to do this because it's gonna be there. So below. But just so you know, it's single, married, divorce. So it's SingleMarriedDivorced. It's not 2 D's after the married. It's just 1 D and it runs into divorce. That's neither here nor there. It'll be below at the bottom of this video. We are out. I think we did good, girls. What do you think?
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed it.
See you next time.